But that wasn't the only thing that happened today. We got our Supreme Court ruling. That's kind of a relief, isn't it? The Supreme Court did the right thing there. But this happened too. House passes voting rights package, setting up Senate filibuster showdown. Well, by the time The Hill had already published this, and look at Nancy's shit-eating grin. Oh my God. Nancy's eyebrows have settled back in, apparently. She spoke to whoever did her Botox or her facelift. The eyebrows have settled. That's good news, at least. The House passed voting rights legislation on Thursday in a way that is intended to set up a battle in the Senate over that issue, as well as the filibuster. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has vowed to put the measure to a vote in the coming days before the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday in a bid to highlight state laws approved by GOP-dominated state governments that Democrats say will make it more difficult for their supporters, including minority voters, to vote. Nothing less is at stake than our democracy. Well, sadly, that bill is pretty much dead. Pretty much dead on arrival, thanks to two senators, Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. This in Breitbart, Kyrsten Sinema, Joe Manchin reject Biden's plea to destroy the filibuster and election integrity. I love Kyrsten Sinema. I want to hang out with Chris. Does anyone in the chat want to hang out with Kyrsten Sinema? I want to hang out with her. I want to go get like cocktails with her. She's got the best clothes. Like, I just have so much, I have so much admiration for Kyrsten Sinema. I don't agree with her on everything, but man, this woman has got balls. She has got balls. There's just no other way to put it. Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin on Thursday rejected Joe Biden's plea to destroy the 60-vote filibuster threshold that will make way for election integrity. Now, I told you guys this was going to be okay. I predicted this was going to be okay. Joshua did too, by the way. Speaking on the Senate floor, while Biden was urging Democratic senators to curtail the filibuster, Sinema defended the filibuster as the deliberative body's mechanism for thoughtful public debate. This week's harried discussions about Senate rules are but a poor substitute for what I believe could have and should have been a thoughtful public debate at any time over the past year. But what is the legislative filibuster other than a tool that requires new federal policy to be broadly supported by senators representing the broader cross-section of Americans, she continued. Demands to eliminate this threshold from whichever party holds the fleeting majority amounts to a group of people separated by two sides of a canyon shouting that solution to their colleagues. Sinema's statement is important because Biden needs all 50 Democratic senators' yes votes to alter the filibuster rules. Sinema also echoed Mitch McConnell's comments on Wednesday that stressed the importance of the filibuster in an evenly divided Congress. Today marks the longest time in history the Senate has been equally divided. The House of Representatives is nearly equally divided as well, she explained. Our mandate, it seems to me, is to work together and to get stuff done for America, Sinema said. On a matter of destroying election integrity, Sinema indicated she supports the Democrats' efforts to federalize local elections, but that the bills do not fully address the disease of division. The bill helps treat the symptoms of the disease, but they do not fully address the disease itself. And while I continue to support these bills, I will not support separate actions that worsen the underlying disease of division affecting our country. Guys, let's give a slow clap for Kyrsten Sinema. Slow clap for Kyrsten Sinema in the chat. You know, man, it takes courage to do what she did. And again, this is not a bill that I support in any way, shape, or form, and so I am perfectly happy to see it die. But it absolutely takes courage to say, I support this bill, but I'm not going to do anything and destroy the deliberative body that is the Senate in order to get my way. There aren't a lot of people that are built like Kyrsten Sinema in politics today. There aren't. I would take her. I was arguing on Twitter earlier. I had one of those days where I was just like in the mood to fight. I was just really in the mood to fight today, to be honest. And so I was arguing on Twitter, and someone said, "Carlin, any Republican in the world is better than any Democrat." And I said, "No, no, 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 no. That is part of the problem. There are a lot of Republicans that I do not believe that are as good as Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. I'm sorry. There are a lot of Republicans that would throw principle out the window immediately if it was convenient. There are a lot of Republicans that are just doing what they need to do in order to get elected and to keep that job and to not do anything else in the meantime. There are many, many Republicans that I would label as worse than people like Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, two people who are very literally like at the doors holding back the mob for all of us. But one of the things that I found really funny. Oh, this is a tweet from Jennifer Rubin. Jennifer Rubin is, of course, losing her mind. Sinema is effectively asking the authors of Jim Crow and vote rigging to give their permission for her to stop it. This is worse than incoherence or cowardice. It's a moral disgrace. Ask the segregationists for permission to vote for the Civil Rights Act. How was Jennifer Rubin ever a conservative? I'm honestly asking. I have never known Jennifer Rubin as anything other than a screeching leftist. Was she ever really a conservative? But what I really want to show you guys, check this out. We're going to look at this in a different window. Hang on. I want you to hear the sound. So this is Biden giving a speech outside the Senate chamber. I just want to show you guys something. This is actually really funny. This is really funny. I just need to get it into a different window so we can hear the sound. Okay, we're going to watch. It's a 1-minute clip from Biden giving this speech outside the Senate chamber. Okay. Let me know if you can hear the sound, and I'm gonna talk you guys through what I see. Okay, we're gonna go. Watch behind Biden. Watch behind Biden. Watch behind Biden. There's Kyrsten Sinema. There she is. Oh, Biden's talking. Oh, running away. Oh, you guys can't hear him? Oh, no. Sorry. Okay, we'll try again. It didn't even really matter. Oh, shit. Sorry, I screwed that up. Hey, God, we'll try again. We're going to do it again. Okay. Try again. But watch behind Biden. Watch right here what happens behind Biden. Kyrsten Sinema is going to pop out, and she's going to see that Biden's talking, and she's going to run away.
Is this mic on? I guess, anyway. Yeah. And I'm not sure either. But anyway, I hope we can get this done. But I'm not sure. But one thing for certain, like every other major civil rights bill that came along, if we missed the first time, we could come back and try it a second time. We missed this time. And the state legislative
Kyrsten
bodies
Sinema?
continue to change the law.
Run away,
not
run
who
away,
can
run
vote,
away.
but who
Run
gets
away.
to count the vote. Count the vote. Count the vote. It's about election subversion, not just whether or not people get to vote. Who counts the vote? That's what this is about. That's what makes this so different than anything else we've ever done. I don't know that we can get it done, but I know one thing. As long as I have a breath in me, as long as I'm in the White House, as long as I'm engaged at all, I'm going to be fighting to change the way these legislatures have moving. Thank you.
Biden seems to think that if he gets angry with people, he's going to be more convincing. I don't know. Could you guys hear the sound that second time? Sorry about the first time. Dragonwater says, not hearing Biden is a blessing in disguise. I just love that, though. Like, Kyrsten Sinema, like, pops up and like, no, going away. It's the best. Well, thank God for Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. I think it's great. But you know what's funny is I was looking around on CNN. And so Biden's been getting like angry and fiery in these voting rights speeches because again, like I really think that Biden he wants to. Yeah, Jess T, I think you hit the nail on the head. Oh, hang on. Yes. I think you hit the nail on the head there, Jess T. He feels like if he shouts, he's going to come across as like more powerful and authoritative. But to me, he just kind of looks like, tell me if this rings true for you guys. He looks like kind of like the crazy old grandfather at the family reunion was like, let me tell you about my day. And I had to walk uphill to school both ways in the snow with shoe boxes for shoe boxes for shoes. And no one ever picked me up or brought like he looks like a crazy old man. He looks like a crazy old man. And it seems as though that even some Democrats, according to this analysis on CNN, thinks that Joe Biden went too far with his yes, exactly, Jeanette. Get off my lawn. This is Biden is total get off my lawn energy and not in a good way. Not in a positive way. But let's read this article from CNN in which it seems like some Democrats are saying Biden's just gone too far. President Joe Biden didn't mince words earlier this week in a speech announcing his support for changing the filibuster rules to allow for a simple majority to pass new voting rights legislation. Do you want to be on the side of Dr. King or George Wallace? Asked Biden. Do you want to be on the side of John Lewis or Bull Connor? Do you want to be on the side of Abraham Lincoln or Jefferson Davis? This is a moment to decide, to defend our elections, to defend our democracy. If you do that, you will not be alone. But for one Democratic senator, Biden's rhetoric was over the top. It is stark, and I will concede that point, Illinois Senator Dick Durbin told CNN's Jake Tapper on Wednesday of Biden's language, later adding, perhaps the president went a little too far in his rhetoric. Some of us think so. What's going on there? Do you guys think? Hang on, I'll make this a little bit bigger. I apologize for the size of the font. What do you guys think is going on there? Why are Democrats coming out and saying Biden's gone too far? Remember, Democrats in 2020 were perfectly okay with burning down major American cities and called it mostly peaceful protests. But Joe Biden gives a speech in which he acts like a crazy old man, and the Democrats all of a sudden are like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's just too far, Joe. Too far. What's going on there? Yeah, exactly. Low approval ratings. They saw the polls. That's exactly what's going on. You're right. You're right. Nick H says, who counts the vote? Tell Biden Stalin said that. Words of wisdom, Nick H. That's not an insignificant critique of the president. Dick Durbin is a veteran voice in the chamber, one who, at one point, was seen as a potential leader of the Senate Democrats. He's neither a malcontent nor a backbencher. And that he is willing to go on the record with his belief that Biden went a little too far is notable. At issue is whether Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Biden can convince all 50 senators in the Democratic caucus to vote to change the rules that currently require 60 votes to end the Senate's unlimited debate in order to bring a voting rights package to the floor for a vote. Even before Biden gave his speech comparing the current opposition of Republicans to the voting rights legislation to segregationists, that seemed an unlikely proposition. It's worth asking the question whether the president hindered rather than helped the efforts to get all 50 Democrats on board with filibuster change. Sinema, in an impassioned speech on the Senate floor on Thursday, reiterated her opposition to changing the rules. We've already covered that. So it's possible that Biden's speech had little actual negative effect on his desired audience, but it certainly doesn't seem to have helped him either. Given all that, it seems, at least in the short term, that Biden's speech earlier this week did more harm than good for his efforts to cajole the Senate into jettisoning the filibuster, which obviously is the opposite of what he was going for, presumably. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? That apparently even the Democrats can read low poll numbers and are seeing exactly where all this is going. Well, guys, you are watching Live at 5. This is a show that I do on a Monday or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on this channel. And Sundays we do effed up news, so it's a little bit more of a fun collection of news stories. Head over to my locals community if you want to see what's on deck for effed up news this week. We've got some really good stories coming up for effed up news on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. Now, tomorrow is Friday, and Friday is a special day because Fridays we go over to my second channel, Actively Unwoke, and we'd have happy hour on the channel. Happy hour is a time when we come together to watch a woke training, and I usually drink some beer and make fun of it. I don't know if I'm going to be drinking tomorrow. We'll see how the day goes, but I'm definitely going to we're definitely still going to do happy hour regardless of whether I have booze or not, and we're definitely still going to make fun of it. And guys, what I have tomorrow is a presentation from a county level government in Maryland that is literally called "The Problem Is and Always Has Been Whiteness." This is a county level government employee. The Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer is going to give a whole presentation about how whiteness has always been the problem, paid for by Maryland taxpayers. We're going to be doing that tomorrow on my second channel at 5 p.m. You can subscribe to my second channel by heading into this description, whether you're watching on YouTube or Rokfin or Odysee, and head over to youtube.com/actively unwoke and subscribe. Now, if you are watching on Rokfin and Odysee, I will be streaming happy hour live on the same channel you're watching on right now. So you don't have to do anything special if you don't want to. But this will be on my second YouTube channel, not my primary one, because that's what we do on Fridays. We take a little step back. We have a little bit more fun. I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a great presentation, and we'll see you all there.